Alright, what's up guys? Now that I'm back and it's been a little bit, I've had some time to think about the race and think about the whole NXN experience. So I wanted to just talk to you guys about my experience at Nike Cross Nationals getting 5th, and also about how I felt my season went and kind of all that sort of thing. But the first thing I want to say is thank you to all of you guys. I felt like I had the biggest support at that race of anybody, and that seriously meant the world to me. That was like my favorite thing. I felt very loved having like 30 family members there, just extended and immediate family that all flew out to come and watch. And they actually made a big sign for me that's pretty funny. Let me grab it real quick. You probably can't see the whole thing on camera, but it basically says "Run like Sesame Chicken," and it's just a joke that my brother-in-laws have with me because I used to have a crazy obsession for sesame chicken, even though I'm vegan now. Yeah, super grateful for all of you guys for supporting me. It really meant the world for me. And now I want to talk to you guys about the race a little bit. So going into the race, I didn't really know how to feel because I just had a really rough season leading up to this point. And Mile Split asked me like how I would describe my season this past couple months, and the one word I said was difficult. It's been very, very difficult for me because I haven't been able to run. I've had to sit out for a while, which it was super hard to manage, but I just tried to make the best of it and tried to work with that by running JV races and doing all sorts of stuff. But that was one thing that made the season really difficult, and it put a lot of pressure on these 2 races, and there's like a lot of stress and anxiety because I only had 2 races to prove what I could do, and I tried my best to manage those nerves. And I did a pretty good job, but there's only like so much you could do. And then the other thing that I was much harder than having to sit out was I've actually had a really hard time with sickness this year, which is a little bit unusual because I've just been like very nauseous for a very long time. And so NXR was a really awesome thing for me because I was able to go run a 14:41 after having to skip 2 weeks of training and just not feeling very good. And then I was feeling a little bit better before NXN, but still like kind of struggling with that. And so honestly, like to go out and to get 5th with how my training had gone up to that point was really awesome for me. And I wanted to win it, but just with the way my training went and all that, I can't be disappointed with 5th. So kind of mixed emotions there, but really glad that I was able to do with the circumstances that I had. But I was actually feeling a little bit better for the race, which was good. I wasn't really feeling nauseous the NXN trip, which was really, really great. So the first 400 meters of the race went out insanely fast. I was almost in a dead sprint the first 400 meters just to get in the front pack because last year I got stuck like way back and had to work my way up. So I didn't want to have to do that this year. And the first mile went out, and I think one of the fastest NXN first miles ever. It was a 4:43, and maybe they have gone out faster, but that's the fastest I've ever heard of. And I was really surprised to see that we had a huge pack right behind us, even with that pace in the mud. And I was kind of in the front pack, and I was in the race, of course. And then coming around on 2 miles, I think that mile was about 5 flat, and we just still had a massive group of people. And by this point, I was feeling a little bit better from the fast start, but still very, very tired. And then with 1K to go, I took the lead and tried to take the race from there. And I kept it for a little bit, but Liam Anderson and Cole Sprout just couldn't shake them. They're phenomenal runners, and so they kept with me. And then going up the last 2 hills, I got passed and in the cake and ended up getting 5th with a time of 15:05. And I was happy about all the hard work I've put in and happy to be there and just really grateful for the whole opportunity. And honestly, it just made me excited for next year to be able to go and hopefully do a little bit better and have a good bit of training. But I still have to figure out like what exactly is wrong with me. Like maybe I'm eating something I'm allergic to, but I'm sure I'll figure that out eventually. I am starting to feel better at least. And it made me excited for track season. I think it's gonna be fun, and it was great to be out there with a bunch of guys that I really love and enjoy, and super grateful for my team that pushed me a ton and made the whole trip so much more fun and relaxing. And it was also great to meet a ton of new people and get a whole lot of new friends, really great kids, and excited to be able to race with them in the future as well. But anyways, just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about that and how that whole experience went, and some of my thoughts on NXN as a whole. The whole trip, just being able to get cool gear and kind of being treated like royalty by Nike was really, really fun. And it's a really fun trip. The first 2 days are kind of tense. Nobody really wants to like talk to each other that much. You're kind of just like with your people, and then after the race, everyone's like loosened up and you get to know people and talk to a whole lot of people, and the whole trip just kind of like gets wrapped up, and it's super fun. But anyways, looking forward to what's ahead, and hopefully I'll be back there next year, and hopefully I'll have a good track season. But I really appreciate you guys supporting me. It means the world, and I'll catch you all in the next video.